is going to be in here with you too, if you just want to throw a question. No, just interview Teo mostly, but you can throw it. You're going to start the stream really pre-picture. You don't need to go through everything. Really pre-picture. I don't even need all of them. I pepper that in throughout the day. We're already moving on. So we'll get right to Teo. Yeah, just we're here. And then pepper throughout. You're going to have that. We'll get to Teo. Okay, no problem. Okay, are we going to be able to do that tomorrow? Yeah. Today we have some busted SDIs. Not running an SDI cable. What is this? Regular also. Yeah. I ordered like 4 of them.
I'm sorry about that. My name's Emily.
Emily, I'm Curran.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I got it.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. We're almost ready to go. Teo's almost here. And we welcome you in to the MGM Grand. We are here, of course, for Put Up or Shut Up, the WBA Welterweight World Championship, headlined by Romero and Teofimo Lopez. And today, we are coming to you live from MGM Grand, right next to the BetMGM Sportsbook. We put a boxing ring in here because we're going to hear from the fighters. We welcome you into the ring. I am your host, Karan Bhatia. Thank you so much for being with us. It's all going down, the big event on Saturday night. It's going to be on Prime Video, DAZN. We're all excited. Taking place at T-Mobile Arena. It headlines PBC Pay-Per-View event on DAZN, Prime Video, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. And as we said, that big WBA Welterweight Championship of the World on the line. So we have a full slate of fighters. We're going to hear from them. We're going to see them working out. So, of course, I think everyone is ready for our main event fighters. So let's get the action started. Coming to the ring first, with a record of 22-2, 13 knockouts. He's a 29-year-old from Brooklyn, New York. He now trains in Las Vegas. Former unified lightweight champion and long reigning 140-pound champion. He's had sensational victories over Vasily Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, and many others. Please help me welcome to the ring, Teofimo, the Takeover Lopez! And let's hear it for our main event headliner, the challenger, moving up to welterweight, Teofimo Lopez. Teo, We're all excited for this big event coming up on Saturday, and we know this is a huge opportunity for you because you are making the jump up to welterweight. I know something that you've wanted to do for such a long time. Why was this the right time to move up to 147 pounds?
Well, I want to say, first and foremost, thank you, God, for bringing us here all together today. Thank you, everyone here that's with us. Put up or shut up. I think the reason why is, like, when you're facing the best, I mean, the next thing to do is face another best, and that's Rolando Romero on Saturday night, the WBA welterweight world champion. So the whole thing is all about making great fights, and I think that's what everybody is missing, right? Am I right? So we're here to bring out the best of the best, give you guys the good shows and the good fights that you all are asking for.
And that's what I wanted to ask you about, because we know there's a lot of big names right now at welterweight. But one thing you've said in the lead up to this, and Rolly Romero has said, is that you are doing this for the fans. You're bringing the best, fighting the best, even though there is a long-standing friendship there, right? So why was it important for you to say, hey, I want to make the best fights and be an example to others?
Be an example to others. I mean, the only way we can be an example is by leading it, right? So this is the perfect example. You hear a lot of people today in the sport of boxing where, you know, they're coming together as friends, and it's kind of derailing the process of seeing the best fight the best. And I think that what we're doing here, Rolando Romero and myself, we're trying to change that and bring back boxing to make boxing great again. Exactly that, and that's what I look forward to come Saturday night.
You are looking to make boxing great again, doing so with marquee matchups like this one. We know that you've been on your own spiritual journey, your ups and downs, and Rolly has been open about the things that he's been on, his mental health challenges, things like that. You said in the build-up, you said Rolly's playing a bit of a character right now. What character is Rolly playing?
I think Rolly's playing very, like, discreet right now, you know what I'm saying? I think that he's waiting until the final moments to really express himself, and I think that'll be on Fight Night. For sure. But in the meantime, I've known Rolly for over 10 years, and we've, you know, been to each other's homes and all that, but all that is out the window, really, come Saturday night. We're actually going to hit each other and actually look for a knockout. That's the main goal.
That was my question for you. Both you and Rolly have a long-standing friendship going back over 10 years, and there was times where Rolly was down on his luck. You actually gave him $5,000. You helped him out of a tough situation, and I'm sure Rolly's helped you at times as well. How are you going to put that aside on Saturday night and go to business?
I've actually given him, on top of 5, I've given him, like, I think 12 or 15 grand on top of that for, like, a Rolex that allegedly wasn't his. So I think that I'm trying to get mine back. You feel me? I'm trying to get mine back and kick his ass come Saturday night. So that's it.
In terms of your career, we've seen you have so much success. Vasily Lomachenko, we mentioned Josh Taylor. There's been highlight reel knockouts. Comey, we could go down the whole list.
Exactly.
We know in your last performance against Shakur, it didn't go your way. And I know you've said you didn't do that fight for yourself. Now you're fighting for yourself, right? So what changes from then to now?
I think when you do things for yourself, I mean, you're doing it practically for God, right? So I think all those things are going to come into fruition that night for me. And I mean, even when we lose, we win. Look, right away, we're going back to another world title, welterweight world title, against a true vet, someone that has a lot of punch power. And, you know, I think the whole process of this is the message that I'm trying to bring out to everybody is we all fail in life, but the thing is that we just got to keep moving forward and stay positive. That's the whole purpose of this whole thing.
And I wanted to ask you about that because, like I said, you've been vocal about mental health, about manifestation, about journaling, about positive energy, right? And you've been a role model in that way. So with everything leading up to this fight on August 22nd, where are you at mentally, spiritually, emotionally?
I'm with my oneness. That's what it is. One love, one self-love, man. That's really what it is. And I just want to put on a good show as long as I'm here on Earth, and for how long that will be, just give you guys a great show and entertain all of you all, because you guys deserve that, most importantly. And to the next generation, you know, whether it's boxing, whether it's any combat sport, or just anything that you want to put your heart into, just really do it and don't give up. That's it. That's the best thing I can tell you guys. Just do not give up. That's how you win.
It's well said, and we're going to keep speaking to you, but let's bring in Teofimo Lopez, Sr. here. So, Senior, we know, like we just talked about January with Shakur. We know you were in the corner. You were concerned about Teo's power. How is he looking at welterweight? He's going to carry his power to welterweight now, being able to get those 7 extra pounds.
Yeah, I'm really tired of everybody talking about that fight. losing nowadays is like, it's over. And my son is ready for this fight right now. He's really mentally ready for this fight. I don't know about the past. I'm over here in the present. All I know is that he's going to entertain come Saturday, August 22nd. And I want to tell everybody that's going to be entertainment that night, boxing needs it, So, and my son is a showman, and he'll be ready. He'll be ready.
And before we turn it back over to Teofimo Lopez, let me ask you one more question. So much of boxing is fathers and sons, right? There's a rich history of that. And we know even in Romero's corner, right, his father is going to be there. When you look at what your son is doing, right, now he has a chance to challenge for his third championship belt in a third division, which is an amazing achievement. I mean, what is it like to see this through your eyes?
I'm so proud of him because he doesn't take no easy routes, He could have got an easy fight, fighting top 5 guy, for the same money, and he just likes to challenge himself. I'm a really proud father, and I know a lot of proud fathers out there that they do the same thing for their kids, and this is what motivates me. You know what I'm saying? I have a great son, and he's amazing.
Thank you so much. We'll turn it back over to Teo. We're talking about family here, so we got a little workout going on right now.
Yeah, right here, man. This is Teofimo the 5th, actually. Teofimo Lopez. This is Liam right here. This is our little man right here. The next heir to the throne, man. That's for sure.
Teofimo the 5th.
Say, make boxing great again. Number 1, Teofimo.
And again, number 1, Teofimo.
There we go.
Yeah, buddy!
Teo, just a few more questions before we let you go. One thing about your friendship with Rolly, right? You guys go back a long ways, but you mentioned there was something that happened. You met him in a locker room after a fight, and you noticed something. And after you noticed that, you called your legal team. You said, make the fight happen. What did you see in Rolly that made you say, hey, let's get it on?
I think that the way he, how can I say, man? I think I was approached about the Rolly fight a little bit earlier in the year. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather see him defend it first before we ever talk about fighting each other. But then when it was the last fight that was here with Benavidez and Zurdo for the unified championship, I don't know, I just saw something change in him. He just kind of acted a little brashy, boast. So I was like, I got to pipe that down, humble that man real quick. So you know what I mean? So this is why I told my team, I said, let's make the fight happen and let's just put up or shut up at this point.
I'm sure you visualize Saturday night and making that walk in T-Mobile. How do you expect the fight to go down versus Rolly Romero on Saturday night?
Well, this is the road to undisputed at welterweight division, and this is it right here. It starts August 22nd. How I see myself is my hand raised. Victory, baby. That's what we smelling. That's what we feeling. That's what we're going to do.
And we have a packed house here at MGM Grand Live on the floor. I'm sure you want to acknowledge all the great people that came out here. What's your message to them?
My gosh, I mean, look, you guys are taking the time. You guys love the sport. I think you guys like combat. You guys love entertainment. What's going on? What's popping? Live at the T-Mobile Arena. I mean, to everybody, really, what else can I say? I mean, it's just that time. Let's go. It's just that time.
It's just that time. And finally, you addressed the people here, but we have everyone watching around the world. And I know you're such a good promoter. You've started TakeOver Promotions yourself. You could promote this fight better than everyone else. So there's a camera right there. August 22nd. Why should people tune in?
All right, guys, you should tune in because it's PBC now attached to DAZN as well. TakeOver Promotions and Associations. This is Rolly versus Teofimo. This is take it or leave it. But really, put up or shut up. And I think for everybody, this is Teofimo Lopez coming back. What else can he do? Does he still have it? Does he not? Where's his power, bro? I know. And the whole thing, this is what it takes. You guys don't want to miss it. It's going to be live on DAZN and also airing on Prime Video. Appreciate you guys.
Teofimo Lopez, thank you so much.
Always love, guys. Let's go.
Let's hear it for Teofimo, the Takeover Lopez. And we're going to keep it moving here at our media workout. Coming next to the ring, please welcome Francisco Veron. Francisco Veron has a record of 17-1-1, 10 big wins by way of knockout. He's 27 years old, from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He's on an impressive 3-fight winning streak. And I'm now joined by Francisco Veron. So Francisco and Martin Bader will translate for us here today. So we know you are proudly representing Argentina, and there's such a rich boxing history with Argentina. So many great fighters have come out of Argentina and dazzled on the world stage. What does it mean for you to have this opportunity on this big card, Saturday, August 22nd, PBC on DAZN?
Bueno, Francisco, se ve que está representando a Argentina con todo el orgullo del mundo. Sabemos que el historial del boxeo argentino es sumamente rico. Muchos boxeadores que han maravillado al mundo en el escenario mundial. ¿Cómo te sentís vos de cara a esta pelea y sentís que vas a llevar ese legado hacia adelante?
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. La verdad que estoy muy contento de estar acá y yo con respecto a lo que decían de mí, la verdad que sí, yo creo tanto en mí como en todos los argentinos que tenemos mucho talento en el boxeo y bueno, yo vengo acá hoy en día, hoy me tocó a mí y no voy a defraudar a nadie.
Well, I'm really happy to be here, glad to have this opportunity, and I promise you're going to give the best of myself, and I'm going to represent Argentina with pride, the way that everyone that came before me did. So you can expect the best of me out there on Saturday.
Looking forward to seeing you in the main event representing Argentina. Let's talk a little bit about your opponent, and that is Yoenli Hernandez. And he's had success in boxing, but you said when you saw tape of him, you said he looked very amateur. Why do you feel like he had a very amateur style?
¿Por qué dijiste en la previa que cuando lo estudiaste a tu oponente este sábado que se veía bastante amateur?
No, yo no dije eso, yo dije que él tiene mucho rodaje como amateur. De profesional no lo vi con rivales de muy alto nivel. Yo dije que tiene muchos combates amateur.
Well, let me correct you on that one where I didn't say that he was very amateurish. It was that he has a lot of experience as an amateur. And the fact is that as a pro, he just hasn't had that showcase fight, but as an amateur, he has have a lot of experience. That's what I meant.
And so it's good to correct the record because that was floating out there that's what you said. But you're saying he has a lot of experience in the amateurs. You have a lot of experience as well. You were an Olympian, and you've worked your way to this opportunity. This is now the co-main event on this huge card. What does it mean for you to have this opportunity, and where does this rank in your career, having this big of a platform?
Bueno, esta gran plataforma que tenés este fin de semana, ¿en qué ranking, en tu ranking, dónde está esta pelea en tu ranking personal de tu carrera?
No, yo creo que está entre ranking 1 o 2, porque con Brandon Adams fue muy buena pelea, un buen rival. Y él también, este cubano sé que viene con muy buen récord. Nosotros estamos subiendo una categoría y acá estamos listos para lo que se viene. Pero creo que está entre el primero y segundo de ranking de mis rivales.
Definitely top 1 or 2. The Brandon Adams fight was also legit, really, really good. But I know I'm fighting a really good opponent that's coming from Cuba, ready to prove something too. So you can't miss it because it's going to be one of the top 1 or 2 fights of my career for sure.
Your opponent that you mentioned, Yoenli Hernandez, he's undefeated, 10-0, 9 wins by knockout. And he doesn't necessarily fight in that typical Cuban style, in that technical style. He can come forward, and he's also tall and rangy. So what makes you confident that you could do something that hasn't been done before, and that is give a loss to Yoenli Hernandez?
Bueno, Yoenli viene invicto y además tiene un arsenal bastante variado, es alto, tiene alcance. Entonces, ¿qué te hace pensar que vos vas a lograr lo que nadie hizo antes y sacarle esa marca inmaculada?
Bueno, porque justamente por lo que te decía, que no lo vi pelear contra boxeadores de elite, de profesional. Y yo creo que estoy a la altura para poder ganarle, destronarlo y sacarle su invicto. He visto que metió mucho knockout, mucha cantidad de manos, pero sus rivales solo se quedaban cerrados. Yo no voy a hacer eso.
Well, like I was saying before, he hasn't had that elite showdown yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something different than all of his opponents before. He does have a lot of knockouts. He does have a lot of punching prowess, but at the same time, his opponents didn't really go forward. They closed up and didn't go after him. I'm not going to close up. I'm not going to be defensive, and you're going to see it on Saturday night.
So you've obviously watched a lot of tape. You're familiar with your opponent. So tell me a little bit, let's double click on that a little bit. You plan to come forward. How do you expect him to respond to that? And also, how will you deal with the length? He's listed at 6'2". How are you going to deal with the length difference in this fight?
Bueno, dijiste que no te vas a cerrar, que no vas a ser defensivo. Entonces, ¿cómo vas a lidiar con la respuesta de Yoenli? ¿Cuál esperás que sea esa respuesta? Y además, con el alcance de un tipo que mide 1,84 m, 85.
No, yo mido más o menos lo mismo, 1,85, 84, y creo que tenemos más o menos el mismo alcance. Lo único que tiene por ahí él es un poco más de masa muscular, que eso justamente lo hace más lento. Y yo creo que ahí voy a sacar ventaja.
Look, the reach and the height, they're really not that much difference. I'm also 6'2"-ish, and I have the same reach. What he is bulkier, but that can also work against him because it makes him slower. Maybe I can work that into my advantage.
And let's talk about some of your goals in the sport of boxing. Obviously, you have a huge test here on Saturday, so we don't want to look past that. But if you are successful, what do you have in mind? What's the roadmap for the rest of 2026, 2027, and onwards?
Bueno, sabemos que hay que empezar en esta pelea, que no se tiene que pasar por alto, pero en un mundo ideal, ganás esta pelea, ¿qué te gustaría que tu futuro sea como mapa boxístico? ¿Qué tendrías en mente? ¿Algún nombre específico?
No, la verdad que todavía no tengo nada, ningún nombre, nada, porque yo venía apuntando al Super Welter y se me presentó esta pelea, tratamos de arreglar una categoría intermedia, no quisieron, y bueno, me arriesgué a subir porque es un buen rival, una buena cartelera, y así que aceptamos el desafío. No sabemos lo que se viene después de esta pelea.
There's really no telling what's after this fight. What's important is the fact that I took this challenge. I was looking for an intermediate weight. It didn't happen, but I'm still very eager to take this on. And then after Saturday, we'll see what the future holds.
And finally, we're going to get to your workout now. Your final message to your supporters and fans in Argentina and watching around the world.
Un mensaje final para la gente que te apoya en Argentina y alrededor del mundo.
No, que se queden tranquilos, yo estoy tranquilo, yo estoy bien entrenado y vengo acá a demostrar lo que estamos hechos. Todos saben que los argentinos somos muy buenos boxeadores, tenemos huevos y vamos a dejar la Argentina bien alto, que se queden tranquilos.
Rest easy because you're going to see what I bring and I have a lot of courage. Argentinian boxers, you know that we are among the best in the world and I'm here to prove that I'm ready to join the club. So tune in on Saturday night.
We're going to tune in on Saturday night. His supporters, rest easy. We're going to now get to your workout. Francisco Veron, thank you so much. Let's hear it for Francisco Veron, representing Argentina and competing in the co-main event Saturday night, August 22nd. It's all going down at the T-Mobile Arena. PBC on DAZN.
DAZN and Prime Video.
PBC on DAZN
DAZN
and Prime Video. Got it,
yeah.
got it.
So he didn't want to do that much more.
That's fine, that's fine. Do you want to get in, just get in there and say we'll be a couple minutes away, our next fighter?
Okay.
Just,
PBC
give him a little
on
bit.
PBC on DAZN and Prime
PBC
Video.
on DAZN. We're going to get him in position.
Gary?
We're going to get him ready.
Okay.
I'll tell you when he's ready.
Okay.
And they told you 3 questions at most, right?
Yeah, Sam told me he wanted to
I want to go. We lost 2 fighters. We have to kill time.
Okay.
These guys aren't going to work out.
No, I get. Believe me, I get it.
Yeah. If there's a way to tell them Sam saying to stretch. So just, I'm happy. Yeah.
Hey, Sam told our ring announcer to stretch the questions out, which is why he was going so long. Because he's trying to fill time. Copy that. We can't do it that long because we have another show set up for it. We can't let this go on.
No problem.
We'll have Allison talk to Sam.
Yeah, they need to talk. Yeah. Whatever you guys want. I feel bad.
He's coming down. Gary Antonio.
We got Gary Antonio next. Thank you. And we're going to keep it moving here at the MGM Grand. It's all leading up to August 22nd, the big pay-per-view event, PBC, on DAZN and Prime Video. Making his way to the ring. Next up, here is Gary Antonio Russell. Gary Antonio Russell has a record of 21-1, 13 knockouts. Part of the renowned Russell Boxing Dynasty from Capitol Heights, Maryland. Trained by his brother and former world champion, Gary Jr. And I'm here now with Gary Antonio Russell. So we know you're part of the boxing family, right? We got 6 brothers, all named Gary, all fighters. So how do you stand out in an environment like that?
It's really easy. I just be myself. You know, everybody get to shine. When one win, we all win.
We've seen your brothers have success in the sport of boxing and get to that world championship level. And now you are going to have an opportunity to also go for that. What does it mean for you to now join some of your brothers in terms of the success that they've had in the sport?
It means a lot. You know, I'm very grateful. I'm appreciative to be here. We put the work in the gym. It makes it a lot easier that I have my brothers to draw energy from to get it done.
And let's talk a little bit about this opportunity. You're going to be taking on Victor Santillan, and this is for the interim WBA Super Bantamweight title. So what have you done in terms of film work, in terms of studying your opponent?
Of course, of course.
And tell me a little bit, what's the game plan? Tell me a little bit here.
The game plan is to execute our game plan. To come out victorious at the end of the fight, have my hand raised as champion.
You've been on big platforms before, but this specific platform, right? Put Up or Shut Up, headlined by Romero, Teofimo Lopez. What is this opportunity? Where does this rank for you?
First and foremost, I want to say that I don't think no stage is bigger than the next. I treat all of them as a championship match. Again, I'm grateful to be here, and I know I'm just coming to put my best foot forward and do what I know I'm capable of doing.
We've seen an issue in some of your previous fights in terms of headbutts and things like that getting in the way. Have you made any adjustments so that you can say, hey, I want to get this fight to the bell or go for a knockout, obviously? Any adjustments in your game plan?
Of course, we always making adjustments, and sometimes that just comes with the adversity of boxing when you fight two orthodox and southpaw fighters at times. No, it just happens. It's part of the sport.
We spoke about the Russell family and the rich tradition there. What have you learned from some of your brothers in this game?
To stay mentally tough. No matter what life throws at you, we got to keep grinding, you know, keep persevering, stay resilient through it all.
And I think one of the things that we looked for with Gary Russell Jr. And yourself as well is I think the fans love seeing you fight. They want to see you be even more active. So do you look to be more active coming up 2026, 2027 and going forward?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the plan. I want to be able to come out victorious and stay active.
So in terms of this specific fight, I'm sure you've visualized yourself at T-Mobile Arena. I'm sure you've visualized how this fight is going to go down. What do you expect, and what's your official prediction?
Nothing short of a spectacular performance from me. My hand being raised victorious.
And we're going to get you working out in just a moment. But we mentioned you are representing Capitol Heights, Maryland. So I'm sure you want to give a shout out to all your fans and supporters at home. What would you like to say to them?
Man, I want to say I thank y'all. I completely appreciate all the support that y'all gave me, all the love and energy that was sent my way these last 8 weeks of me preparing for this camp. Thank all y'all. Y'all will not be let down come Saturday.
You're not going to let them down, and I know we're moments away from you're going to be working out here in this atmosphere. Tell me about what it's like to walk into MGM Grand and you see a boxing ring here, right next to the sports book, next to Tap Bar over here. What is that like for you?
It's not really much. Like I've been around it so long with my older brother, Gary Jr., my younger brother, Antoine. You know, it's second nature. I love the atmosphere of it, you know. It's something that I'm used to. I love it.
You're used to this atmospheres like this, especially being part of a boxing family. If you are successful on Saturday night and you grab that interim belt, what does the future hold for you?
Champions.
And any specific names that you're kind of hunting?
I have a few, some at 118 and some at 22. I feel like both divisions have a lot of great fighters, in which I will be able to be matched with them as well. But first thing and foremost, we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to talk to my brothers, and we'll go forward from there.
And finally, before we start your workout, we see the fans piling in here at MGM Grand. What would you like to say to everyone who showed up here?
Man, I appreciate everybody who came out to show support. Come Saturday, it's going to be fireworks. Rolly and Timo, and me on the pay-per-view card. Y'all will be entertained.
Gary Antonio Russell, he will be competing on Saturday night, the Put Up or Shut Up card. It's headlined by Rolly Romero, Teofimo Lopez, PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. Let's hear it for Gary Antonio Russell. I'm here with Gary Russell Jr., who will be in the corner for his brother, Gary Antonio Russell. So I'm sure you've been advising your brother. What do you think about the opportunity that he has here on Saturday night?
I think it's a great opportunity. I think he has a chance to make history with me, Antoine, and then Antonio. It's never been three brothers to capture world titles. And I think on the 22nd, we're going to make history.
I spoke to your brother about this, but let me ask you the same question here. So 6 brothers, all named Gary, all in the boxing space. So how do you stand out? How do you make your mark in an environment like that?
It's crazy. I'm the oldest. You know, it's always a concept of order within our household. You know, I think that's what keeps the family dynamic cool. I'm just grateful for my younger brothers. As young men, everybody at a certain age, they want to do what they want. I'm just grateful that they're open to constructive criticism. They're still willing to listen and follow instructions. That's all that matters.
I spoke to Teofimo Lopez and his father, Teofimo Sr., earlier, and I'll ask you the same question. What is it like from your perspective? Can you describe how proud you are of your younger brothers?
To be honest with you, man, everything goes to Pops. Everything go to Pops. What y'all see right now is from my father. I'm just trying to continue and carry the torch. Once Pops passed about 4 or 5 years ago, everything fell in my lap. I refuse to allow our legacy to go in vain. I refuse without a doubt.
We spoke about the Russell legacy, and we've seen you obviously do great things in the boxing ring. What's next for you in your career?
Man, they scared of me at 135. We was trying to see what's up with Kid Austin. He's supposed to be doing something after Lucas Body. We'll see. I still would entertain something with a Lamont Roach, just for the city. Anybody at 135, if they feel like they got what it take that can fuck with me, bring that shit.
I can't even imagine the Maryland crowd for that fight. What do you think that atmosphere would be like?
It'd be tremendous. It'd be great for the city. It'd be great just for the environment in general. Just for the sport of boxing. Boxing, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's starting to get a little watered down. The best not competing against the best. They picking and choosing who they want to fight. You know, so they need to get back rugged.
The one thing that we heard so many times over the years during your fights is that we just want to see more of them, right? We want to see you active. Now, there's a lot of things that can happen in boxing. It can be out of a fighter's control. There's injuries. There's different sanctioning bodies who have different, there's a business of boxing. So do you expect to be more active moving forward?
I would love to be more active moving forward. One of the things that you failed to mention is these fighters is afraid to fight. They pick and choose who they want to fight. You know, sometimes they're willing to choose the easy way out. This is the sport of boxing. You know, it's a gladiator sport. I expect fighters to conduct themselves as fighters.
And speaking of that, I actually spoke to Teofimo Lopez about that a moment ago because he is taking on a friend in Romero, but they decided that, hey, this is a good opportunity to get this big fight, to get this marquee matchup, put the friendship aside. So when you see something like that, is that a positive in your mind for the sport?
Hell yeah, that's definitely a positive for the sport. You have certain people in the sport that won't compete because they're friends and et cetera. Coming up in the amateurs, we had to compete against our friends. If you was in the same weight class, it's highly likely that possible that we're not going to be friends because it's a possibility we're going to have to compete. So that just comes with the sport.
I'm sure you've been in so many different press conferences, weigh-ins, big platforms, big stages. We're here at the MGM Grand. They put a ring here next to the BetMGM Sportsbook. What do you think about this environment here today?
Like I say, I'm not new to this, so this is something that I'm definitely familiar territory. I think it's great just for the people out in Vegas to be able to just see the sport of boxing. I want to thank Al Heyman, PBC, DAZN, you know, just for making the event possible. You know, the people behind the scenes, the camera crew, y'all do a hell of a job at making the fighters look good. So I take my hat off to y'all as well.
And this is this new era, PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. This fight is going down August 22nd. So before I let you go, let's go back to your brother's fight one more time that you'll be in the corner for, and that is Gary Antonio Russell, Victor Santillan. You in the corner, what is going to be your mindset? Are you going to be very vocal in the corner giving instructions, or is it something where you want your brother to make adjustments on his own and you'll chime in when you need to? What's going to be your mindset on Saturday night?
Like Bruce Lee said, you got to be like water. You know, you got to be versatile. I feel like in order for anybody to be good, you have to be versatile. You can't be one-dimensional. You have to have the ability to make the necessary adjustments no matter what comes your way. So that's the place in which that we'll be in getting ready for this fight.
And finally, I asked your brother this, but I'll ask you the same question. I'm sure you've visualized this on Saturday night at T-Mobile. How does this fight play out on Saturday night?
I'm hoping my little brother can get this guy up out of there. I hope it don't go the full duration of the fight. I'm expecting for him to go out there and display boxing excellence at his best. You know, represent his Russell name.
Gary Russell, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Let's hear it for Gary Russell Jr. We're going to have a few more fighters from this big card, and it's all leading up to our main event headliner. Romero will be in the building. We're going to hear from him, so stay with us.
I know you've been on their left side other than that last one. Was that just a fluke?
Yeah, that was
or-
just, I'll
okay.
still be on their other side, yeah.
Sounds good.
I figured on that one, because that was kind of like,
Yeah.
Yoenli Hernandez next. If you want to get in the ring.
Yes.
And once I give you the bar.
Okay, thank you.
Taken out of my
You don't need to come up here just yet. You're just to hang out there.
Oh, he said he's almost ready, he said.
We're going to keep it moving here at our media workout. This is Put Up or Shut Up. It's all going down August 22nd. PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. And of course, in our main event, the WBA Welterweight World Championship will be on the line between Romero and Teofimo Lopez, all going down at T-Mobile. Our co-main event is a fascinating matchup. And next up, we are going to see our co-main event headliner. So let's welcome him to the ring. Please welcome Yoenli Yo-Yo El Diablo Hernandez. Yoenli has a record of 10-0, 9 big wins by knockout. Number 1 ranked by the WBA and WBO. Number 2 ranked by the WBC. And I am here with our co-main event headliner, Yoenli Hernandez. So, Yoenli, we've seen you have success in the boxing ring, of course, undefeated, 10 wins, 9 by knockout. Now, you're from Cuba, and we spoke about this earlier. The traditional Cuban style is something a little different, right? It's a little bit more technical. It's hit and don't get hit. You have a different style. Come forward, get knockout. So how did you develop your specific style?
Bueno, Yoenli. Hello, hello. Bueno, Yoenli, bueno, el estilo cubano, el que tanto distingue a tu país, que es más defensivo, más táctico, el tuyo no es así. Vos sos más agresivo, tomás más riesgos. ¿De dónde salió esa propensidad a querer ser distinto al resto de tus compatriotas?
Bueno, tomé la decisión de cambiar mi estilo de boxeo. Sabemos que los boxeadores cubanos están garantizados por ser boxeadores de respuesta y entonces yo quise tomar la iniciativa de ser un peleador un poco más agresivo y adoptar el estilo que muchos conocen como el estilo mexicano.
Well, you know, the Cuban style of boxing, it is a little bit more defensive. It is a little bit ingrained in the culture, but I wanted to take the initiative and show people that something different can be done, that you can be more aggressive and still be very much a Cuban fighter. And that's what I've been doing throughout my career.
And this fight, you're going to be taking on Francisco Veron, right? And this is the co-main event of this huge card. Now, there seems to be some inaccuracies going back and forth with the build-up to this fight. Now, it was initially reported that Francisco Veron said your style was very amateurish. I just spoke to him moments ago, and he said actually what I was saying was that he has a lot of amateur experience. So had you heard those reports leading up to this fight, and now that you've heard the record corrected, what are your thoughts?
Bueno, Yoenli, se había armado una mini controversia por las declaraciones de Francisco Verón que se habían entendido en inglés como que eran muy amateur, pero que en realidad lo que quiso decir Verón era que vos tenías mucha experiencia como amateur. Pero más allá de eso, ¿qué te generan las declaraciones previas de Francisco Verón a esta pelea?
Bueno, a mí no me genera nada, solamente quiero decirle que lo que él dijo sí lo dijo en realidad y ahora mismo que se está llegando la hora de la verdad se está retractando.
Look, what he said, I think that he truly meant to say it and that this is the time to put up or shut up. Like, you know, it's really about standing on what you said. If he doesn't want to do that, that's his prerogative.
So you believe he did mean to say your style is very amateurish. So with that said, what would be your response to Francisco Veron? Because I know that, you know, with your persona, El Diablo, you are looking to make a big splash, to have a big showing, and I'm sure that just motivates you even more.
Bueno, con tu personalidad, con el diablo que sos, me imagino que cuando se pone picante el asunto, eso no te intimida, todo lo contrario, te motiva todavía más.
Claro, yo vengo motivado y no es lo mismo llamar al diablo que verlo llegar.
Of course, I'm super motivated. And you know what? It's not the same to call the devil that to see him arrive.
And I've heard you say that quote before. That leads me into my next question for you. You're going to be working out here momentarily. So your nickname, Yo-Yo El Diablo, and we can see that here on your shirt. You've embodied this personality. So what is the significance of El Diablo for you? And is this a transformation when you walk into the ring?
¿Cuál es el significado de tu identidad como el diablo, como vemos en tu camiseta? ¿Y acaso es como una transformación tuya cuando entras al cuadrilátero?
El diablo significa que el diablo se arriesga a todo y no le tiene miedo a nada. Y entonces, como yo soy una persona que no le guardo respeto a ningún hombre ni a nadie, entonces eso me valora como yo el diablo.
Well, you know what? Being the devil, it means fearing nothing and going after everything. I respect everyone that I go up against, and I know what I'm capable of, but as the devil, I go after it all.
And speaking what you are capable of, before you work out, my final question to you. We spoke about this opportunity, this moment, co-main event on this huge card. I know you've already said we're going to see El Diablo on Saturday night, but to all your fans, supporters that are here at MGM Grand, that are watching around the world, why should they tune in on Saturday night? What's going to go down in the co-main event with yourself versus Francisco Veron?
Bueno, Yoenli, contanos por qué este sábado por la noche la gente tiene que sintonizar no solo la pelea principal, sino el evento coestelar con el Diablo ahí en el cuadrilátero enfrentándose a Francisco Veron.
Nada, vamos a dar a conocer de qué estamos hechos, de qué está hecho yo el diablo. Vamos a pagarle los humos a Verón, le vamos a bajar los humos, que lo veo un poquito crecido con respecto a mi personalidad, y entonces se lo vamos a tener que bajar.
You're not going to only see what the devil is made of, which you're really going to see, but we're also going to humble Francisco Veron because he has been talking a lot of trash, and now we're going to show him why that's going to end up humbling him in the end.
Francisco Veron, Yoenli Hernandez, thank you so much. You're taking on Francisco Veron in the co-main event. Looking forward to seeing your workout. Thank you. Let's hear it for Yoenli El Diablo Hernandez. Yoenli Hernandez is a two-time amateur world champion, winning gold in 2021 and 2023. Yoenli most recently earned a fourth-round TKO of U.S. Olympian and title challenger Terrell Gaucher in March.
Israel Mercado next. He is here now. Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you when, but get in the ring and be ready.
do a couple of. Next up, it is the opening bout in our pay-per-view event. And remember, it's all leading up to Rolly versus Teo. Put up or shut up, August 22nd, PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. Please help me welcome to the ring, Israel Badways Mercado. Israel Mercado will face Carlos Utria at super lightweight in our pay-per-view opener. He's got a record of 13-1, 2 draws, 7 knockouts from Pomona, California. I'm here with Israel Mercado, Badways. So I was doing some research. I saw your Instagram bio. It said the most slept on in the game. So let's start there. Why do you feel like you were the most slept on in the game?
I mean, they're going to find out Saturday for sure. But at the end of the day, I got this opportunity. I'm going to take full advantage of it. The most slept on, I'm going to make sure everybody knows why Saturday.
We'll find out on Saturday night, August 22nd at T-Mobile. PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. Your nickname, Bad Ways. What's the origin story of that?
Hey, man, I got that nickname from my old trainer. Just my style in the ring, it's just sick. The whole fans are going to watch on Saturday. They're going to be very entertained. It's going to be a very entertaining fight. And I can't wait to put on a show. I'm here for a reason, and I'm going to come back home with that W.
Let's talk about your road to get here. You've had success in the ring, 13 wins. Now, there was the 1 loss and 2 draws, but I've heard you speak about this before, right? You feel like the draws should not have been draws. They should have been win in your favor. And even the loss, at worst, should have been draws. So in your mind, you feel undefeated. Why do you feel that way?
Just because, I came into enemy territory. I did what not many fighters will do, and I took the risk, and at the end of the day, you find the hometown guy or the promoter guy. That's kind of how it goes, but at the end of the day, it's experience for me, and I think that I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready for this challenge, and I think that my opponent is tailor-made for my style, and I can't wait to shine on Saturday.
And let's talk about your opponent in this pay-per-view opener. That is Carlos Utria. And you guys are going to be opening up this card like we said. So Utria has had success, right? He won the WBC Grand Prix in Riyadh. He's undefeated. So what makes you feel like you can have success against Carlos Utria?
That's a good little win, the Grand Prix. No disrespect, but, to me, that was an amateur tournament without a headgear, so... those guys don't got the skills I do, the experience I got. So, like I said, I'm going to show it on Saturday, and I think that I got more than a great chance of winning this fight.
And I know that you've been excited about this opportunity because you are opening up this big pay-per-view card. PBC on DAZN and Prime Video, Put Up or Shut Up, of course, headlined by Rolly and Teo. So this is a huge platform and a huge stage. There's going to be more eyeballs on you than there have been before. What does it mean to have all those eyeballs and having the honor of opening up this pay-per-view card?
Oh, it's definitely an honor. It's going to be a great show. T-Mobile Arena is amazing. I've been ready for this moment. I always knew I was going to be here. And I can't wait. I can't wait to go out there and do my thing. And I'm going to show everybody why I'm the most stepped on in the game.
And finally, to close it out, before we see your workout here, what would be your message to your opponent, Carlos Utria, if he's watching right now?
Hey, man, this ain't the Grand Prix. You're in the big leagues now. This is Vegas. Let's get it.
Israel Mercado, thank you so much. We'll look forward to your workout. Now, let's hear it for Israel Badways Mercado.
sold them already. Okay. Yeah. So, hazla corta, okay? Thank you so much. Como 1 minuto y medio.
Israel Mercado is unbeaten in his last 6 outings, and he's played spoiler to many undefeated opponents in the past. And let's hear it for Israel Mercado. Opening up our pay-per-view card on Saturday night, August 22nd. Put up or shut up. PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. Next up, making his way to the ring, representing the Dominican Republic. Let's hear it for Victor Santillan. Victor Santillan has a record of 16-2, 7 knockouts, and he is the reigning interim WBA Super Bantamweight champion. And I am here with Victor Santillan, the interim WBA Super Bantamweight champion, putting your belt on the line. This is the first title defense, and you're going to be facing Gary Antonio Russell. So we just saw Gary Antonio Russell work out. We know he's part of the boxing family with the Russell tradition. Your thoughts on your opponent and this opportunity?
Bueno, Víctor, la primera vez que vas a defender el título, pero no solo eso, es contra un rival que cuenta con una familia, con una tradición boxística tremenda. Sabemos lo que hicieron los hermanos, sabemos lo que hace él, pero ¿qué significa para vos esta pelea y este rival?
Bueno, saludos, muy buenas tardes para todos. Para mí es una buena oportunidad y en el bolseo hay algo que te ha dicho que no vale el nombre, sino el hombre, y aquí nosotros venimos a ganar.
This is absolutely a great opportunity, but let me tell you what, it's not about the name, it's about the man, and I'm going up against anybody, and I'm here to win.
And speaking about the man, that is Gary Antonio Russell, who you'll be facing. This is your first title defense here in Las Vegas. Now, we're here in a boxing ring in the middle of MGM Grand. This is your first title defense in Las Vegas. So what are you making about Las Vegas Fight Week, the atmosphere, the fans that are here, and everything that's about leading up to T-Mobile Arena on Saturday night?
No solo es esta tu primera defensa del título, sino que, mira, estamos acá en el ring, toda la gente que vino a verte, en Las Vegas. ¿Qué te parece toda la atmósfera y lo que es una semana de la pelea en Las Vegas?
Pues me siento bien emocionado, aparte de contento de estar aquí. Es un plus para mí, pues me motiva cada día más para yo esforzarme y dar una buena noche en la pelea y salir con la victoria.
This is so exciting. And let me tell you what, this is just a plus for me. It's such a huge motivation to see everybody here with all the love they're giving in Las Vegas. And I'm just ready to come out there and do my best for you all.
And finally, we're going to see you work out in a moment here, but you've been through personal tragedy in your life. Your father was killed at a very young age. He was robbed. He was stabbed. You had to get through that. You've had adversity in the boxing ring, but now you're on a 2-fight winning streak, and you're on this big platform here. So do you have any words of wisdom, encouragement for anyone watching this on their own journey?
Bueno, que tu vida no ha sido una línea recta. Has tenido que lidiar con situaciones trágicas como la muerte de tu papá cuando eras muy joven y queríamos saber si tenías algún tipo de, algunas palabras, alguna sabiduría que impartir sobre lo que es el tener que sobreponerte a lo más duro para llegar a lo más alto.
Pues nunca rendirse, la verdad es nunca rendirse. Y yo me faltó mi padre temprano, pero siempre tuve una madre ahí que estuvo al pendiente de mí y de mis hermanos, dando el 100% todo el tiempo para que nosotros no nos rindamos y sigamos para adelante, y por ella estamos aquí. Y esto se lo dedico a ella.
Well, I can tell you something that I've always believed in. Never, ever give up. You're right. My father left us when I was very young, unfortunately, but I always had my mom by my side, and also my siblings. They always had my back. They always had me believe in myself. And I want to dedicate this fight to my mother. She means the world to me.
Victor Santillan, it's well said. Best of luck on Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Victor Santillan, the interim WBA Super Bantamweight champion. His first title defense this Saturday on August 22nd versus Gary Antonio Russell.
Oh, thank you.
Let's hear it for Victor Santillan. And we are moments away from our main event headliner. We will hear from Rolly Romero shortly.
Zach, so I'm going to get in there, and I can, while we're waiting, I just need a couple places. Sounds good. Cool. Thank you. I lost two.
for the cue.
Should I, do you want me to start a little early and just go through the things that we
No, because we have to be off the air in like 8 minutes.
So quickly do the interview. Once you tell me to wrap, and then I'll just throw us off there, basically.
Yeah.
And one more time, we welcome you back here to the MGM Grand. It is now time to hear from our main event headliner. This is, of course, the Put Up or Shut Up card, all going down August 22nd, PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. Let's hear it for Yoenli Romero. Tickets for the event are available on AXS.com. And the event is promoted by TGB Promotions in association with Takeover Promotions. I am here with Yoenli Romero, our main event headliner, WBA welterweight world champion. So you're fighting here in your home of Las Vegas. We're here at MGM Grand next to the BetMGM Sportsbook. We got a boxing ring here. So first, let me let you address all the fans that showed up here today.
Hello, guys. Thank you guys all for coming out. I know you guys all missed me. I've been out of the ring for a minute, but I'm happy to be back.
You've been out of the ring for a minute, and I want to talk to you about this opportunity against your friend, Teofimo Lopez, and your title defense. Let's talk a little bit about your journey. Now, you've been vocal about mental health, about overcoming that, about speaking with God, and you said that after the Ryan Garcia fight, we would have thought that you would have been on top of the world. That wasn't the case. So why was that not the case when you became a world champion at welterweight?
So one of the pills I was taking, it kind of messed up my hormones really bad and it caused me crazy depression. And that was the cyanide I was taking that destroyed my life. And it's crazy now, you know, I beat Ryan Garcia while taking estrogen. So, yeah, but God was the one that told me what it was and saved me.
You've spoken about being in a really good place now, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and you are going to be taking on Teofimo Lopez, who I know you have a long history with. You guys go way back, and you have a friendship. There was a time where you were down financially, and Teofimo actually loaned you $5,000 to help you out of that. So what is it like to now face someone that you have this friendship and this relationship with?
I mean, shoot. I mean, friends spar all the time and all stuff. It's just a boxing fight. It's just a boxing fight. But, I mean, Teo did help me out a lot, you know, and I've helped him out a lot, you know. So it's like, it's not like it just went both way, one way. It went both ways, you know.
I know that you guys have that history of training together, sparring together. When you were asked about who got the best of sparring, you said Teo got the best of it. Teo kind of laughed it off and said, hey, Rolly's playing a bit of a character right now. So are you playing a bit of a character, or did Teo actually get the best of sparring?
I mean, he hit me with a good shot. He hit me with a good body shot one time. But I had, it's crazy because I wasn't even supposed to spar or any of that stuff, you know. I was doing him a favor because he was getting ready for his pro debut. I didn't have a fight or anything, and you know, we did 6 rounds. He's like, one more. I was like, all right, you know, I'm not even in shape. I mean, all right, we did one more, And then one more after that, and I was like, bro, you know, and I got hit with a good shot. It's boxing. So, but none of that matters, man. We're going to see August 22nd. There's the way, how do I say it? We sparred, 9 years ago? We're both two completely different fighters than we were then. So we're going to see. You guys don't want to miss this. Tune in.
And speaking of being a different fighter than who you were before, I've heard you say the old Rolly, that guy died, right? So you feel like you're in a completely different place now, mentally, emotionally. Where do you feel like you're at right now? And what happened to the old Rolly?
I mean, shoot. I mean, it's called growing up, no? I'm 30 years old. I want different things in my life now. I know, but you look at it, right? Me when I was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, all the way to like 26, 27. I really started slowing down at 27. But I mean, dude, I've grown up. I became a man. I was a young, immature man who got some fame, got some clout, made a little bit of money and all that stuff, right? And I lived my life. I wanted to do whatever I want, and then I changed. I became a better man. I mean, it's supposed to be. I mean, shoot. I'm sure many of you have gone through the same thing where you guys did a lot of stupid things, and then now you guys just want to be a better man, right?
And you're on that path now, and you're headlining at T-Mobile, defending your belt at welterweight. It's a huge card, huge opportunity. PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. So we know there's a lot of names floated for you to defend your belt, right? Ryan Garcia rematch, Conor Benn. Why was Teofimo Lopez the right opponent at this time?
So Teo was going around saying that he's the one that made the fight. So, I mean, look, Ryan ducked me, and then it was Pacquiao who ducked me, and then Conor Benn. And then we had actually offered to fight to Teofimo. He asked for more money. We said yes, of course, right? And he declined to fight and try to, he declined to fight still, even though we offered him more money. And then Devin, and then Devin ducked me in the most. I don't even know how you guys don't call that ducking, but anyways, calling this dude out for how long, and then the second it's time to play ball, you don't want to play ball, but with Teo, right, it came back around and he took the fight this time. But the first time he didn't. I'm the one that made the fight. I'm the one that tried to make all these fights, and nobody decided. Nobody wanted to fight me for whatever reason. I mean, I know the real reason. I mean, I think everyone knows finally I'm a natural weight,
And you will be defending your belt at welterweight. So to close it out, we know this opportunity, what this means for you. You clearly, at one point, were at a dark place. You've pulled yourself out of that. And now you are headlining at T-Mobile Arena on PBC, on DAZN, and Prime Video. So just to close it out, your message to your fans, your supporters, everyone's going through their own journey. You pulled yourself out of that, and now you're headlining here. Why should fans tune in on Saturday night, August 22nd?
You guys don't want to miss the Rolly show. It is a moment for me to make my legacy. So it means a lot to me if you guys all tuned in.
Rolly Romero, thank you so much.
Thank you guys, always.
Rolly Romero will defend his WBA welterweight world champion. It's the put up or shut up card live on Saturday night, August 22nd, going down at T-Mobile Arena. PBC on DAZN and Prime Video. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Put up or shut up, Rolly Romero. Teofimo Lopez, the WBA Welterweight World Championship, PBC on DAZN and Prime Video, Saturday, August 22nd.
Sounds good.